it's 1 p.m. here or 2 p.m. here or whatever, or 4 p.m. here. It's probably close to 2 a.m. in Birmingham. CWL Birmingham just around the corner. Remember to buy your tickets now.
It's probably about 9 p.m. You're getting a little bit ahead of yourself.
All right, guys,
there,
let's get straight into this map. UNILAD versus LG. Obviously, LG going to be the favorite in this one. Going to be jumping on board with Octane to kick things off as well. What do you think UNILAD needs to do, though, if they want to be able to come out on top? You already mentioned just how big this can be for them. This can be the start of their road to actually get a favorable seeding.
Yeah, UNILAD yesterday. I think yesterday is a very good example to use. They outslayed Luminosity and they still lost. And they're going to have to outslay LG, which is never an easy task by any means. But we're going to Valkyrie. You're going to get this heavy SMG meta, which, you know, you're going to see the likes of Slacked and John do very well. Cap, especially with the PPSH, has been awesome. I'm looking at Scraps. He needs to be lights out once again, but he needs that support. He needs all four of his, or three of his teammates to be on the same page. And UNILAD, they're kicking off with a nice 5 points.
Yeah, well, and that thing that you just said, the fact that Scraps can't do it alone, right? Wasn't it Scraps yesterday who was able to actually drop something like 40 or 50, and ultimately the team still doesn't win? But UNILAD going to be having a pretty firm hold here to start things off in our first hill.
And every time, Scraps, man. I came into the studio today, Scraps and Wuskins on that main stage from around 2:30 p.m. practicing, warming up, and we are going to see Scraps, I believe, get his 5th and final kill towards those score streaks. The Fighter Pilot and Glide Bomb are in the hands, but of course we're talking Valkyrie, Rich, and those score streaks may only be utilized on potentially that smoke hill, that last hill of the rotation. But a very strong start for UNILAD, and it looks like they're looking for that rotation already.
The streaks are going to show us just that. The fact that Scraps is going to be the one on the team to be able to turn up and just do what he needs to do. 6-1 to kick things off. UNILAD 31 points on the board at the very start of this first match. But now at Operations Bunker, it's looking like a different story. Luminosity gets set up nice and early. They have the hold. Slack, it doesn't matter who's knocking on the door. He's able to take him out. Octane going to find a 2-piece. Starting to heat up a little bit here. Slack's been the one carrying the team. He is going to be cut down by Moose.
Yeah, and Shawnee, 0-5, not what you want to see from an SMG player. This guy needs to step it up. A bit of a slow start could cost him. Slack with a team kill. Moose is going to fall as well. Wuskin, he's going to go down, and that's nearly a clean sweep as Shawnee finds his first of the map. And Luminosity, they're going to not only break into the operations bunker, they're going to take the lead now, and with 15 seconds, they're going to start to rotate themselves.
And now Octane all of a sudden starting to work towards streaks of his very own after we did see Scraps get them very early. Now Luminosity definitely getting the sleep out of their eyes, starting to cut down UNILAD very effectively. Operations Bunker, it was almost a perfect hold on the side of LG. They didn't really do anything in the first hill, and now LG just shutting out UNILAD. The question is, now we do see Octane able to get his tier 1 streak as LG rotates on over and get the initial points here on Storage Bunker.
It's been a really good rotation from Luminosity, and they've just outslayed. They've been picking up the kills where they need to, and you're going to see how rewarded they will be with these spawns now. Moose and company, they'll be pushing in from the main road, maybe looking for a pinch. You can see how far Shawnee is spawning out, but LG, they may have had a little bit of a slower start, but they're most definitely picking up the tempo now. They have full control of the storage bunker, and each having every angle to pick from. I'm struggling to see where UNILAD could break the setup from.
That is going to be the question. There's a very good hold coming out from LG. We saw that start really on that first. This spawn could have been an opportunity, but ultimately UNILAD's not going to be able to get aggressive enough. Now the kill feed, it's just John's playground. He's going to be able to grab the 2-piece here, looking for another one as well. He knows Moose's location. He's going to peek in with a couple shots, but Moose going to have the upper hand. Better positioning for him there, but still LG just dominates that first hill. But now UNILAD has that chance. They're already set up in office. Luminosity puts quite a bit of pressure on. Will UNILAD be able to hold? And now the streaks are going to be called in. You know, calling them in there seems like it's going to pay dividends as well. Wuskin going to be able to get a big kill on JCap to follow suit. And now Scraps going to call in the last streak that he has. Finds one, looking for 2. Not going to be able to pick it up, but he has that information, and it looks like they're going to be able to grab the seconds because of it.
And UNILAD there in particular, Scraps investing those streaks. You could see what he was thinking. Okay, Wuskin with a double. But the reason he used those streaks there, obviously, from Storage Bunker, it's a very open road to the crossing of Office, and you can cut some players down. It obviously isn't the same as like a London Docks or a St. Marie de Mont where everything is open. But he picks up one, he stops the bleeding for UNILAD, and I think that's important because this 40-point deficit that they're at now, it could be worse. And interestingly enough, we're seeing the streaks come in. Yes, we're going to smokes very soon. Wuskin obviously the one to collect those last points on the hard point. And again, more streaks.
Now, Octane was a little bit more patient with those streaks, and you can see he's able to grab, well, I was going to say 3, but one of them is going to be slacked. Now, Wuskin going to be able to return suit. He has that 1 streak left. Relatively even, those streaks get traded out fairly. Luminosity going to have this initial hold. I think we're out of streaks at this point. Can see Luminosity still holding. But like you said, UNILAD, they're able to use those streaks very efficiently, but that comes back to how hot Scraps really was at the beginning. Wuskin comes alive towards the end here. Will UNILAD be able to find footing? Yes, it looks like they will.
Yeah, Octane doing his very best at the back there with the STG up close. Cap now getting amongst the action, and John as well. It's very much a bit of a trade fest now going down. A lot of grenades coming in, a lot of trades, and it is eventually going to see the last 10 seconds go in favor of LG. It's going to be Slacked who's going to collect those last couple of seconds up for his team. We're going to go right back to the beginning, back to the vents, and we're going to see Luminosity lead here by around 55 seconds. So far, so good for the North American squad. However, Moose steps it up a little bit. We could have a game on our hands, Rich.
The other thing, too, when we saw Ventilation Room the first time around, UNILAD gets about 40 seconds, or sorry, 30 seconds, I believe it was, 31 seconds to be exact, inside the hill. Now I have to see if they can get a break here, and all of a sudden, this just looks like a hill that UNILAD knows how to play very well. A little bit earlier on in the series, you talked about the lead, how UNILAD was able to stem the bleeding. Luminosity definitely turned up quite a bit, but UNILAD looking to crack 100 here and only have 54 seconds between them. They do still have a hope, but LG feeling relatively confident. And look, Moose does pick it up. He gets these streaks now to work with.
He really does. Now I want to touch on these streaks because, oh, this could be huge, and he's not going to get it. But the reason what I was wanting to talk about was a lot of maps, we're going to say the Fighter Pilot and Glide Bomb is probably the best score streak, right? This game and this map and mode combination, when you're looking to invest those streaks, if you can get that artillery barrage and put that down on smokes, it can really just force any type of partial pressure from the opposing team. So that third and final streak, very important on this map. We've seen it fail twice, maybe 3 times already across the board. Of course, it does take a little more points to collect, but Luminosity, they're still around that 160 mark. UNILAD starting to creep up that 55 point, now down to 40.
Hey, I mean, at this point, yeah, 40, this is kind of the closest that they've been able to get a few times. They get within that 40, 30-second range, and then Luminosity really does take off. Luminosity trying to do just that with these remaining 25 seconds on Operations Bunker, but UNILAD has already shown, I mean, are they looking, in your opinion, better than they actually looked yesterday when you got to cast them play? Obviously, the environment's going to be a little bit different. It is going to be that online environment compared to this, an actual LAN setting. But ultimately, UNILAD able to outslay Luminosity, still isn't able to come out on top. Is UNILAD looking stronger here today?
I think UNILAD, they've got it a little bit tougher. They're facing an LG, which is maybe a little bit more focused, a lot more on the line, of course. UNILAD are putting up a good fight here, but I think Luminosity are just showing really that the kind of couple of steps ahead on a game mode and map combination like Valkyrie, which has recently come into the map pool. I feel like they're just a better team, maybe on the rotating side of things. But UNILAD, for me, they are a team throughout the Pro League. Every single team in Division B, they can beat, and I have full faith in this squad to do so. But sometimes they come up a little bit short, and it usually takes maybe a star-studded performance from one of their players. This time, Wuskins is putting on 22 and 18 for us, and he's trying to get back into this game. The one thing that UNILAD can't do is let this storage bunker go away now. They need these last 15 seconds.
They 100% do, because LG just on the brink of being able to hit that 200-second threshold. UNILAD, though, managed to get it much closer here. Last few seconds will go the way of UNILAD as well. And now we get over to our next hill. That is going to be Office. Office looked pretty good for UNILAD, actually. Last time, I believe, they were able to get some seconds up here, but Luminosity going to be able to get there first. Shawnee tries to break up the rhythm with a 2-piece, but it's not enough to get Luminosity off of this hill. Now some big kills, though, do come in. That nade is massive.
Yeah, and Moose really took his time going through the storage bunker. He's going to be granted with the spawns now as well. This is a perfect break for UNILAD here. 20 seconds behind now. They're pushed from North America. The Luminosity squad are pushing in now. Cap, Slacks, and JCap once again. Shawnee answers back with a double. But look at the break that Luminosity just put on for us. They don't try flanking. They don't go for a pinch. They brute force, push, and bully their way through the hard point. And those 15 seconds are going to go in favor of Luminosity. And now UNILAD, they're forced to rotate We're going to smokes. This is going to be difficult, Rich.
It looks like just an absolutely, like you said, it looks like a play, the play of a bully, but at the same time, off of that play, not only are they going to be able to win their gunfights together, they are also going to be able to ensure those spawns, so they're instantly back inside the hill. That gets them quite a few points, but UNILAD over at Smokestacks early will be able to hit 200 seconds here. All of a sudden, it's only about a 20-second game. Another big gunfight going down right now. Slack, though, comes up huge with a two-piece. That's going to allow the rest of LG to get on inside of Smokestacks. Now set up decently, but UNILAD, if they can get this kill onto John, they do. This is going to be a few more seconds for them. If they can have a full 30-second hold, all of a sudden, they take the lead. Either team will be able to win on the next hill.
Now the question is, I don't think is there any streaks left on the battlefield? That's the question. Wuskins has to go big here for his team. He knows it. He's going to go down. There's still 15 seconds, and you've got to battle for this. Give it to LG. You're going to lose the map, but no, Moose going to fight his way in. We're seeing grenades come down. The kill feed's lighting up yellow. John stems the bleeding now with 9 seconds here. We're going back to the vents here. UNILAD, they need a perfect hold.
We've seen them really run this hill in the past. Moose does the incredible there, prevents LG from being able to win on the last hill. Now, it isn't going to be a strong enough hold. It looks like Octane and JCab should be able to bust on in. Slack's going to be able to take down Shawnee, and now that's all she wrote. LG going to be able to take map number 1, but UNILAD puts up a very impressive performance.
And you know, that's UNILAD for you. You know, sometimes they lose out here at the CWL Pro League, but every single team they're pushing, they're giving their all, they're getting some streaks together. I think there was a few mistakes from both sides, most definitely, but for me, it was kind of determined and made when it was going from office towards storage bunker. LG started to get a little bit too much momentum. The streaks, of course, were gained streaks. Again, Valkyrie, I will say it. They're not great, but I kind of love that aspect because it comes down to that individual gunfights, those one-on-ones, those big clutch plays. And yes, you'll see a fighter kill or, you know, a glide bomb kill here or there, but it's not where you're raining down on a London Docks and it's 3 kills or an Arden Forest, for example.
It's not going to have that same snowball potential that it really does have.
Exactly.
Yes, it can come in a very we talk about Smokestacks a lot. That hill, there can be some big plays around those streaks, but it's not going to snowball the same way that it does on some of the other maps. I will say, looking at UNILAD's play there, really strong start.
Yeah.
Relatively strong finish as well, but I mean, you can't make a sandwich with only 2 pieces of bread.
I mean, okay.
You can't. It's not a sandwich. It's 2 pieces of bread that way. So
I mean, it'd be a dry one. It'd be a dry one. There'd be nothing in the middle.
It'd be a dry one, and that's what that was. That performance, that was a dry one coming out of UNILAD.
Rich. Okay, it all started so well, and then you just throw out the sandwich. I love it. However,
no, I mean, it wouldn't be a sandwich with just 2 pieces of bread.
It's only map 1.
So, but that's my question. Do you think that really is the story for UNILAD, in your opinion? Do you think that the middle was the problem? Do you think they just were a little bit slow in the mid portions of the game?
Yeah, they didn't have that meat between the pieces of bread, Rich. They really didn't. But no, in all seriousness, coming down...
UNILAD looking to get meaty here in map number 2. Will they be able to step up to the plate and deliver the sandwich that Europe needs?
Oh, I'm going to sit down. I'm taking a breath. The game is starting. We're going into Search and Destroy, Rich. And I do think this is where UNILAD can start to come back into this. I do feel that they could have taken that Valkyrie hard point. But I look at the whole map set and the map pool that we've got in front of us. I think this does... You know, UNILAD can work with this very much. They don't have an Arden Forest.
This was also their pick.
Yeah.
So this S&D going to be a big game inside of this series. It's their pick. Obviously, you don't want to be going into Game 3 knowing that you need a reverse sweep. If they're able to step up in this S&D, all of a sudden it will look much better for UNILAD, but already looking bounds better than they did yesterday when they played against LG. I think UNILAD is looking really strong here, and I'm not surprised that we saw in a few scenarios guys like Chance kind of taking a risk on this team. They are a team that can provide upsets, especially when they are playing for just so much more than the teams that are already in relatively comfortable positions here in the CWL Pro League.
Well, Rich, I'm having fun already casting alongside you. Hopefully, it's the first of many. However,
I mean, I could get fired any day, so we don't really know.
I best make the most of it, right?
Let's enjoy ourselves. Once again, we are going to see Moose going to be our player right now, carrying that bomb.
Okay, and as well, talking of Moose, I'm looking at that number 4. He seems to be the furthest pushed up for his squad, just looking to try and get a... Okay, scraps. There we go. First blood, first pick, and he's already kicking it off for his squad. It's actually going to be Octane to fall, and this could be messy. Shawnee, captain of the ship right now as he takes down John. Headshot, and he's going to try and find the second. Maneuvering his way around there. Oh my goodness, 2 fall down. Now we're starting a 2v2. The bomb will fall. I'd love to see Scraps' position in here and how he goes about this. He's opting to back off a bit, maybe looking for J-Cap.
Oh, no. Moose not going to be able to grab the kill there. Very aware that the second player was nearby. Tries to do it. Scrap's going to come up big. It's going to be a 1v1 situation. This is one of the best situations you could be in with your last guy up with the sniper rifle. Usually it's really going to be bad. Here, looking relatively decent, but Scraps realizes it's not his. Oh, my goodness. He's able to get it with the machine pistol. Going to be able to get the first round the way of UNILAD.
Watch this Bronze Star. He sees the shadow. People underestimate shadows so much in Call of Duty, but when you see that, when you have that kind of advantage, you get that instance where you get that aiming. Perfect play from Scraps there. You got the first blood, you got the bomb diffuser, and you got that final kill, which secures them.
For the role that he's playing, he did absolutely everything plus what you expect that player to be able to do. Going to start off 3-0, and I can only imagine that he is saying that he is the captain now, but we'll have to see on defense if he's able to come up as impressive. Going to have, once again, same weapon in his hand. If he can get that early pick, all of a sudden, it's looking like a good round for UNILAD.
Well, he's going to spot a couple of them. It's going to be Slack to John, and the grenade's going to go out. The call-out will be down as well. They've actually got full control of bottom mid, so one shot onto this bomb could be a different story. Slack goes down. There's the grenade that I was waiting for, and it's a 4v2. And Scraps is actually working towards Streaks, but look who's back there taking him down. It's Octane, and now it's all up to J-Cap. One shot.
This is just an incredible position from UNILAD. Scraps is being an absolute goat here. Moose going to be able to get that last pick onto J-Cap, and now I'm assuming that Scraps actually goes for the defuse here, and without a problem, they're going to be able to get those points in the right hand, and they're going to be able to get a second round in their back pocket. UNILAD starting off very strong here. They're going to need 6 rounds to do it, but if they're able to get this tied up, all of a sudden, it's looking like UNILAD really could go the distance.
Yeah, most definitely. And of course, we kind of broke this down before the series. This was a map pick from themselves. And, you know, coming into this, they're very confident, obviously, on this map. And it's working out for them so far. Now, Luminosity are fully aware that Scraps is now 1 kill away from getting double streaks. So it'd be interesting to see how they play this one.
Yeah, I mean, do you think they actually switch the loadout yet? Or do you think they play it patient and wait for that kill to actually come in, maybe switch it up next round?
I mean, they're pretty set on, obviously, Scraps sniping. I don't think that's a question of him stopping or changing. So I think it's just really important that no one gets picked. Shawnee, he's going to get tagged up by the grenade. He's going to answer back with one of his own.
No kills coming in as of yet. Looks like most of the pressure going to be on that A site yet again.
Patience so important here on a round like this, because that first engagement can really swing the game. Oh my goodness, Octane nearly lost an ear there. But he gets a life. The bomb goes down now. Oh, the bomb doesn't go down.
This is the first blood too. The first blood that we've seen LG manage to pick up. Every other time it was going the way of UNILAD. All tied up 3-3. If Scraps gets that pick, this series could just be completely different. This round could be completely different. Now we're going to see Wuskin isn't even able to get the plant down. Shawnee, though, does get that opening kill. And once again, all knotted up. 2-2. Two players apiece.
Oh, my goodness. You've got to finish that kill. There's 5 seconds. He's going to find it, surely. And there you go. The time ticks down, and UNILAD will find themselves round number 3. But that Scraps kill is probably worth more than a round. They've now got the fighter pilot. They've got the glide bomb. And he is still on streak. So, obviously, he can still unlock that 3rd and final score streak. UNILAD, though, answering back here, and you know what, I do kind of ask the question, and people don't like to hear it because obviously like roster changes, you know, they don't like it, they like to support their team, but I do wonder kind of for the future of Scraps and how high is his potential, how high is his ceiling of skill, because he just keeps turning up on every single game mode.
It's always one of those things too, when you see family members play with each other. It's like, when are they ever going to split up? Are they ever going to go different ways? I mean, it's big start coming in from UNILAD, though. I mean, they hurt us. They definitely don't want to be making any roster changes soon if they can perform every round like that.
Scraps just goes,
got streaks, boys. Boys, got it.
He knows it. He's happy with his performance as he quenches his thirst there on the main stage. I was actually chatting to UNILAD before this series now, because they were the ones first on the main stage as we walked in, warming up the Twins. And I said, you know, everyone, including myself, has LG winning this series. However, you can make this whole division turn on its head by winning this first series. And everyone's predictions would go out the window. It would all start to get a little crazy.
I mean, Scrap 6-0. You got Shawnee 5-1, Moose 4-2. I mean, this is the recipe for a map win here. 4-0. UNILAD taking that lead, and now they're looking to try to get that plan on over at A. Luminosity going to be able to get first blood here. That's off of Octane. This hasn't happened to them often inside of the Search and Destroy. I believe JCap got one of the first bloods a little bit earlier, but John 0-4 at this point. It has been UNILAD's map to throw. Octane going to look for another one there. He's not going to be able to get it at close range. UNILAD, though, only has 2 to LG's 3. Question is, will LG be able to get their first round on the scoreboard? Time starting to dwindle down. Moose trying to get that plant going. JCap knows that he is near that B site. He has that eye line. Now John going to be able to wrap around. Gets a few shots in, but he's not even able to get a bite off.
This should be an LG round for sure. If for some reason we see this 2v4 come off, that'd be incredible to say the least. It might have been a 2v3 actually. But Shawnee picking up another, evening this up, 16 seconds, and where is the bomb going? It looks like it's heading towards B. Cat was in a perfect spot, of course, at the back, but there's no time. There is literally no time to get this bomb down. They need to pick up every single player, and he's going to be slacked. He's going to be 5 seconds, and you're going to see JCap run away to the back of the map if he's got any sense, and he has. He's a veteran. He knows what he's doing, that man. Jordan Kaplan.
And that is going to be the story of that round. Time gets brought down, not able to get that diffuse off. You know, Moose and Shawnee, they try to play their duo, but ultimately, well played by LG. They take that man advantage. They turn it into a time advantage as well. Still, though, very far behind on map number 2.
Few more steps, few more rounds, obviously, for LG. You know, they can get back into this. Don't put that past them. But the problem right now is the streaks. They're only 2 rounds away from losing. Do these use these streaks for a retake? You can use it, you know, offensively. And of course, you know, this is a map which you do see a lot of kind of coverage.
Shawnee playing it so slow here. Wants to ensure that he does get those streaks. Keep an eye on him in the kill feed. Scrap's going to be able to call in his streaks here, though. John finds Shawnee. That is going to be a big kill. That means those streaks are not going to be obtained. 3-3, even with the streaks getting called in here on the side of UNILAD. Obviously, they do have the advantage as far as rounds are concerned. But LG going to try to get this plant on over at A. JCap fishing for Wuskin right now. Sees him, puts out a few shots, but he isn't able to connect. Scrap's going to call in another streak, really to no avail. Not even going to connect with anyone, but ultimately get that little bit of extra knowledge. That's the little bit of a consolation prize at the end of that glide bomb. Moose going to be able to pick up Octane as well. This is going to be a man advantage for them, but JCap evens the scale nice and easy, but Wuskin turns up. You can hear him from here.
Let's go!
Nah, Scraps, he's got so much energy. Chance highlighted it on the desk. Name a team that has so much hunger. Name a team that's come here to Columbus with so much excitement to play COD. You know, the ones that are turning up early every day, the ones that are really feeding off it, not going out. They just are so focused, and there's nothing wrong with going out, enjoying yourself, and playing a little bit less than each other. Some people have got more to prove. You know, we've got world champions on one side of the stage, and we've got Europe's 3rd best team, if you like. It for me says a lot, and I love the attitude of UNILAD. 1 round away from winning here. Moosey's going to take the bomb, of course. Score streaks invested. This is not looking like a positive round, though, as Octane just storms his way through. This could be number 3. It will be in the round, just like that. He's over. We're gonna reset here, Rich. We're gonna go again, and
we've seen LG do this in Search quite a few times. You know, and all of a sudden when Octane is able to do, I mean, he's essentially doing exactly what we saw UNILAD able to do at the beginning. If he's able to get those picks with the sniper rifle, it's dramatically going to put the round in their favor. Almost no first bloods in those early first 4 rounds. really went the way of LG. I think that there was only one first blood in the first 4 rounds that went their way. If they're able to start changing that now, yes, they will be able to do it, but UNILAD just needs one more round, and they will be able to take this entire map. LG, though, going to have JCap with the bomb here. John moving right on past. They have full control of B. It looks like they're going to try to push up. John tries to break, but he isn't able to do it alone. He's going to be taken down by Moose. UNILAD relatively stacked up here, but oh my goodness, it looks like UNILAD might even be able to just close it out here. Expected LG to hang on a little bit longer, but UNILAD, strong map number 2, Phil.
Yeah, they picked the map. They're happy with the way they played it. Of course they will be. Scraps turning up straight away, obtaining those streaks. And again, feeding off this energy going into the CTF, and we will have a different series. The question is, it's in the respawns. We know that Luminosity haven't been great at S&D recently. We've seen Epsilon obviously take maps off of them. They pushed Luminosity to a game 5. You know, if Epsilon can do this, why can't UNILAD? There's so much on the line for UNILAD, and speaking to them again before the series, I say to them, you know, if you do this, then it's a great position. Scraps just turns around and goes, if we win this, we're making playoffs. And, you know, he's confident that if he wins this against LG, he could win against FaZe later on today. He could have a 2-0 day. Everyone, including myself, I'll put my hands up. I don't have them doing that. I have them 0-2 today. I get a few angry Europeans like, how do you betrayed us? But no, Luminosity are, for me, top 2 team in the world. UNILAD, I mean, they're a completely different squad.
You can love whoever you want to love, whether it's a region, a team. You love Europe. I love Octane, but ultimately at the end of the day, LG was favored walking into this series, but UNILAD has been able to tie it up. We're going to see who comes out on top when we return. quick 3-0. UNILAD gonna say, hell no, not today. They're putting up a fight 1-1 as we enter this CTF. UNILAD versus LG. LG was definitely favored before. Even when we looked at recent history, it was UNILAD who was not able to take LG yesterday. But now, UNILAD looking like they definitely can do it. The question is going to be on respawns.
Well, yesterday ended 3-1. You know, UNILAD, they took us a map of the series yesterday. Can they do more? Can they push it to the game 5? Can they finish it 3-1? That's the question. We've got Flak Tower CTF coming up next, so the map and mode combination, a little bit different. Of course, we've seen Luminosity play a lot of Forest. We've seen London Docks being played and get out of hand a lot of the time. UNILAD, I'm interested to see how they play Flak Tower. Luminosity, we saw it yesterday. We saw it in the grand final. They swept aside FaZe to win that series 3-0. In the grand final, but we're not talking about FaZe. We're talking about UNILAD. UNILAD.
Oh, okay. All right. I see what you did there. Headed into Flak Tower right now. I think one of the things that we're starting to see from LG, though, is a widening map pool. And if they are able to successfully get a lot of these maps under their belt, they are going to be a very scary team. They were already a scary team. Phil, you're distracting me.
I'm sorry. I'm sitting down. I'm getting ready for the game. What more can I do? I hope you guys are doing the same at home. The series tied up. 5 minutes on the clock as we start round number 1. For CTF, we're going to see those early grenades go out. Nothing to connect. And I asked the question, how is UNILAD going to play the CTF? Straight away, they look a little bit wary. They want to see exactly and feed off of Luminosity's style, it looks like. And right now, the style for Cap is kill, kill, kill. As he finally goes down to Wuskin's ball.
This passive gameplay seemed like it was working for a second there for UNILAD, but now LG off the respawn going to be able to push up the furthest that they have. Few kills going to go the way of LG, and all of a sudden that passive gameplay looking like it could be a very weak strategy. John gets into a cheeky little position, but he is going to be cut down by Scraps before he can make much of it, but we still do have 2 members of LG. Octane going to be sneaky here. Looks like Shawnee may have heard a footstep, going to try to come in, but Octane going to be able to see him. That's a huge 2-piece from Sam. All right, now it looks like LG may be able to get a pull here. We can see that there are still respawns. As all of this is going down, let's jump in. UNILAD paying for so much. It's time for an Astro Gaming listen in.
We come down.
Nice. Can be left.
He put it his weak.
Wait.
He went sandbags, he went sandbags. He's weak.
Bottom mid dead.
We catch him, like 100% catch him.
You just jumped across.
He's on boxes now.
Nice.
There, on the left side alive. Get this. Pull. Where are you pulling?
I've got
I've their bottom mid. I've got their bottom mid.
I got airborne on.
He went top turret. You're good. He went top turret. It was Jacob.
I need help.
I'm up in 2.
Behind him if he can stay alive.
I'm alive.
He can.
Flag dead. Flag absolute. One more mid.
I'm pushing him out.
More mid.
He's pushed back left.
Okay, I'm
Mid on mid. Mid, absolute.
Push him
Right,
back.
That's from mid. He's out from mid.
Third.
That's him. Go be anywhere now.
Pushing up mid. I'm getting up low right. Bottom mid.
Where'd he go?
Not sure, mate. He's got any. He's probably going to be roaming around mid when they are.
Where's that top gun? Top gun weak. Window. Where's that top gun?
I'm helping you right. I'm going to get low right.
Window dead. I'm absolute. I'm on streaks. Might go low.
I've got low.
Live again, Brad.
He come out. No, he's flag. Nice.
Low turret on top. One more
Nice.
mid. Mid, one shot.
He's
He's off front mid, looks like.
He might have gone. He's out window playing his life.
He's weak. One shot.
He might come out mid, brother. He might come out mid.
Didn't kill him top mid. It was Jacob. One shot.
Yeah, you see him.
Then their flag. Shit, he saw me. 2 sandbag.
I'm pushing it out.
Push sandbag, Slacks, push sandbag.
I'm pushing it out, Brad.
Go out top gun.
Get inside, Brad, if you can.
Got it.
He killed me from gun. He's pushed the back of your flag.
Spawned out right.
2 outside mid. One more weak. Flag, Jacob. He's going sandbag. Sandbag, he's seen you.
UNILAD able to get an early point on the board, and I don't know why, but for some reason that Astro Gaming listen-in reminded me CWL Birmingham only about a week and a half away, I would say. So remember to grab your tickets if you are over there and you understood anything inside of that team listening. But LG going to be able to even the scale here, 1-1, Phil.
Yeah, and Slack's working on streaks as well. Some good communication. Obviously, a flag pull during the listening, always good to see. All tied up, both 1-1 in map and series here between the 2 squads.
Slack, though, like you said, is heating up. just needs to get a few more points in his back pocket, and all of a sudden it will be off to the races for him. See, Slack 8 and 5 now. Wuskin, though, gets a big kill onto John. Looking for an even bigger kill on Slack, but he is going to be chopped down by Octane. Slack does have his first tier streak. Very close to fully streaking out, and very close to being able to get a flag pull as well. One more wave of kills for LG. Slack knows it, going to be able to call in his streaks now. Going to look to get things started. Octane going to be able to grab Shawnee. John onto Moose. Ooh, that could be a big team kill coming in.
Yeah, that's not good at all. And there you go, Wuskin to the final. Player 2 go down. We're going to see Shawnee spawn up, but he's going to hit the deck as quick as he's popped. And this time, 40 seconds on the clock. This is going to be a second flag, and Luminosity doing what they always do. Always find a way.
I mean, the thing is LG also, I feel like they've been starting slow quite a few times, just as much as UNILAD has been starting hot. Ultimately, UNILAD able to get that first flag cap, and now LG already all up in the base of UNILAD trying to get another pull. Now it's just John by himself, going to try to be sneaky. Some big kills do come in. A few seconds left before we see LG getting their respawn. Slack going to be that last line of defense, but ultimately it isn't going to be an aggressive of enough play of UNILAD. I think they're a little scared to have 2 flags in parity, to have that stalemate going on in the later portions of the round, because that could end up with LG being able to get yet another point on the board. So I do like erring on the side of caution there from UNILAD, but ultimately going into the next round, they are going to be on the back foot.
Be one behind going into this one as well. I think the streaks were stopped after the fighter pilot. I don't think anything else was obtained. You got that from the assist, actually, quite ironic. Didn't manage to get the kills. The fighter pilot didn't really do anything, but we do see LG still 1 in the lead now. I correct myself. Slack got full streaks. What am I talking about? Who knows?
Oh, yeah, I don't. I definitely don't. Now we are going to see Slack with those streaks to work with. 11 and 7 here. Another early kill, starting to stack them up a little bit. Slack going to be able to find a 2-piece to start things off. I mean, Slack's just looking insane. This has kind of been the thing with LG recently. I feel like Slack's just stepped up in a huge way in these later, I guess, mid portions of the season, you would say. He's really started to step up in a very big way for the LG squad. Octane 12 and 8. Always positive.
Always doing his bit for the team. And John, we saw what he could do yesterday in the CWL Pro League Challenge, and picking up kills left, right, and center. But as the time ticks away, the 5 minutes that we added on, of course, for this final round, it's now down to 4, and Luminosity still in the lead. Outslaying just marginally here over UNILAD.
We already know between these 2 squads, it's definitely not about slaying. Saw that yesterday when UNILAD was able to outslay but wasn't able to pick up the lead. But now Shawnee is going to have the flag cap, or the flag pull. This isn't a clean one though, but these big kills going to start to open things up considerably. You can see LG going to be flooding that opposite side, trying to get to the other base. Expect to see John potentially try to pick this up. Streaks do come in, a few shots come in as well. Slack going to be able to take out Shawnee, but ultimately it looks like it's still going to be that cap coming in from UNILAD. LG not able to close it out. Streaks come in. You can see John was there as well, not able to get that counter pull. And now we're all tied up with only 3 minutes left, and Moose in the final hour finds streaks.
And if this does go to an overtime, the streaks will be very, very useful. But there's still 3 minutes on the clock here. A 7-kill streak now for Moose. That's over half his kills, and he's got them in a row here on Flak Tower CTF. He's looking for one more. It will give him that artillery barrage, which is actually pretty good on this map. You pop it right at the back of spawn. Can really punish any squad. Oh, you can see he's so weak, and he's going to finally get taken down.
Scraps going to be the last one standing for UNILAD. He is easily taken down by John. This is not going to be the easiest one to run in. They still do need that final wave of kills, and to do that, we are going to see actually streaks coming in from UNILAD. This lets them know exactly where the flag carrier is, and that is going to result in a return. John still in enemy bases here. 2v1 situation. He's going to wait for reinforcements to come on in. Those reinforcements going to be Slacked, and it is going to be Octane as well. Now, all of a sudden, the entire LG team, about 75% pushed up on this map.
And there you go, UNILAD just disposing of them Slack, the last one alive now for his squad. He's thinking, does he pull? Does he just rotate back? With 2 minutes left, he's gone for the pull himself. John was on a 6-kill streak, but that ends. And Moose still with a fighter pilot here. 2 players go down. We may see another pull. This is where we're going to see a fighter pilot as well. But with John securing that kill, that is huge. John will fall. An Octane, a massive kill onto Scraps, makes that fighter pilot pretty null and void.
Nice kills come in for LG as well. They've been able to play this base defense game solidly in these last portions of this final round of CTF, but it is still tied up with 1 minute and 20 seconds remaining on the clock. Will LG be able to get offensive, or is it going to be UNILAD? Whoever wins this is just 1 map away from taking this series. LG expected it to be easy. UNILAD is showing that that is not the story here today in Ohio. 1 minute left. 3 big kills come in. JCap tries to get one. He's all by himself, though. Oh my god, he doesn't know that he's there. Gonna be a cheeky grenade that comes in. It could have been shots in the back. Either way, starting to look good for UNILAD. Respawns come out for LG in the nick of time as the clock dwindles down. UNILAD just waiting to come in. They know that they have to play the clock right. They don't want to give LG a chance to rebuttal. 1 big wave of kills can be enough to do it. JCap gonna throw out the frag, investing everything that they have. Scraps kept that very sneaky positioning. It results in a kill, but will it result in anything more? They need this flag pull here.
25 seconds, big kill from Noose, and that flag is 1 player away from being taken away. Surely not. John does go down. There's another player spawned right at the back, and Scraps knows it. He doesn't want to invest his life into that one. John saves the day for Luminosity, and we will be seeing a bit of overtime, a bit of extra time here as the time ticks down.
It looks pretty much impossible here. It's all up to what Weskin's not going to be able to do it, and there we go. And my question that I have, do you think that, and this is picking at hairs here, I think UNILAD definitely played this map very well, but do you think that maybe they were punished for being a little bit too passive against LG?
Not necessarily. I think UNILAD, they played it very careful at the start, but they were, you know, very offensive towards the end. They had some really strong pushes. I think UNILAD are playing their game here. They're not kind of playing scared against LG. It's working out for them. They're going toe-to-toe. And I've just heard a war cry from Scraps from the main stage as we start this overtime now. Those screams there.
Very interesting war cry. I hope that you guys at home didn't hear it. Now we are going to see LG early on going to be able to grab these kills. Moose last up 20 and 14 at the moment. Moose definitely doing some solid work here for UNILAD. Smart play from him. He's going to push up just a little bit. He is going to wrap around back to support his team. He was looking to just have that option just in case he needed to get that flag pull. Now he's going to be able to stop a flag pull from coming in from LG.
Moose playing some smart Call of Duty right now. As he's just managed to get by 1 player, but he's going to be taken down from Cap, and that is from behind. Shawnee should have a kill unless Slacked sniffs him out, and he does. Wolfskin answers back, and really is the storyline if they catch the flag. Back and forth, trades galore. No one really able to secure a 3-4 down. And that just shows how good both teams really are.
You know, UNILAD, I haven't gotten to cast over them the most, but they have been a team that just sometimes comes up massively. And they're a team that can impress. They're a team that can create upsets. The question for them, for me, it isn't whether or not they're going to get these upsets throughout the season. It's when are they going to stop being upsets and actually be performances that we expect to see. Because right now, if they beat LG, of course it's not something we expected to see. It's very much an upset. But they are a team that has the potential to put on performances like this. They're showing that to us right now.
And I really feel like this CTF could be the difference maker in the series. The next hard point, I think it's St. Marie de Mont, the next hard point. And you're always kind of going to favor LG in those hard points. But a late flag to secure a UNILAD win, that could really give them all the energy they need. But right now, 3 go down.
This could be a big push for LG. 3 minutes on the clock right now. UNILAD going to be able to show up when it matters the most. No one going to be left up. UNILAD, are they going to be getting aggressive here? You can see Scraps going to charge right on in by himself. Then when he does see that he's about to run straight into that enemy territory, you know the timings, you know everyone's going to be respawning. He waits for that support from the rest of the boys in the yellow shorts. Everybody up for UNILAD, only 3 up for LG at the moment. Respawn coming in about 2 seconds.
Stun doesn't connect there. Octane starts to back up here. Big kill. That's a 1v1 which John maybe shouldn't have won, but he gets traded out. Next couple of kills are crucial, and it's gonna go to LG. Wuskins has maybe a little bit too much on his plate here, and he knows it. He's backing off. He's just gonna try and stay alive.
Question is whether or not he was spotted. He puts in a few shots, and that is going to be a portent for Doom. He's taken out, and LG's been able to do this constantly. Every time they're in that situation where they just need to win gunfights, they can win the gunfights, but they haven't been able to convert any pressure here in these final portions of the game. Good positioning for Moose to definitely get a man advantage going here for UNILAD. Last one up was going to be Octane, but ultimately UNILAD able to come up big there. Now, this could be the opportunity. Once again, UNILAD keeps getting themselves in this position. Will they be able to get this wave of kills? Moose does what he needs to do. 28 and 19. He's been the all-star player in the CTF. This is looking great for UNILAD to try to get it. Only 1 minute and 25 seconds. Moose just putting bullets everywhere, trying to connect with someone, but LG able to hold with 1 minute and 18 seconds left, and now they are going to go on an all-out sprint over to that yellow flag.
Yeah, and once again, it's John who picks up the important kill, the kill that maybe they shouldn't, but he picks up the kill. Now a flag is in the hands of JCap. Yes, 4 minutes have already passed. UNILAD dispose of Luminosity like that. Only Sam, aka Octane, left here. Does touch the flag. That is all he's going to do right now, but Scraps trying to get maybe in and behind. Surely, oh my goodness, he's not been spotted. Sneaky plays. Finds the first, he knows exactly where John is, but no, John again! These crucial kills that he keeps picking up, so vital for the squad.
You know, we don't see this happen very often on Flak Tower. This isn't a map that we see this happen very often on.
We don't see Flak Tower as much as I'd like to, but 15 minutes. Time is ticking. No one caps it here. And you're going to see John go for these last pushes. He's going to find Shawnee. Looking for Scraps. Will find him. And again, John, stellar series so far. 32 and 27 with 6 kills. The final round is going to be over. No one near the flag. And just like that, Luminosity and UNILAD are going to have to replay.
Yep, that's exactly what's going to be happening here. I mean, when we go into this capture the flag again, what do you want to see these teams change up is my question. I really have been impressed by UNILAD. We've already seen Moose just doing phenomenal things. John's just had to come up with hero play after hero play, though, on the side of LG.
Yeah, he really has. John has been doing everything he can. If he continues to do that, and now as we replay the second side, for technically the 4th time, going to be going up to 20 minutes. I will say, if the flag gets capped, that is all you need. No team captures a flag on the first side, and now, oh my goodness, Cap is away. And Cap might be the crucial word here. Fighter pilot coming down. Cap is going to be stuck underground. He's stuck underground. He's got Scraps and Shawnee pushing on in from either side. Scraps in a really good position. So is Shawnee. JCap, he doesn't really have anywhere to go, but he's found a way. He's actually walking towards the enemy base. He's waiting for the support.
Sneakiest being the sneakiest right now. Octane going to be able to find one, but he's not able to find 2. And just like that, it's looking like UNILAD should be able to get this return without a problem. Luskin going to be able to do just that. And now some big gunfights going down. You can see Moose able to grab one again. He's already been the MVP for his team. Will he be able to follow it up? John going to be able to turn around just in the nick of time, but it's ultimately Octane who brings down Moose, and that's going to push off a lot of this pressure that UNILAD was trying to serve on out. Scraps tries to find something there, but he is shredded on down. It is going to be LG trying to convert this momentum into offensive pressure. Luskin mitigates that nice and early. John, once again, being that hero. Can he keep it up?
John's been awesome so far. This one player pushing around. It's Slacked, and Slack's going right from behind. Wuskin should be going down, and he will be. It's just a matter of 2, 3 fall down. One player's just right in front of him. Shawnee picks up the kill. He doesn't need the return. He's going to find Oh my goodness, Shawnee. He does what John just did as well for Luminosity. I thought this series couldn't get any crazier, and Shawnee just does that.
Absolutely absurd. I mean, that looked like it was just going to be an easy cap there.
Yep.
It really did. I mean, yes, the situation to get there was quite absurd in and of itself, but then you just get into a mind-boggling scenario, to be completely frank. Now Scrap's going to be trying to get a kill. He's not going to be able to do that. All of a sudden, kill feed going to be nothing but blue. And now they're going to try to grab this flag once again. Last time we saw UNILAD do some strange demonic ritual to ultimately be able to prevent this pull. Will they be able to do it again?
2 go down. Oh, and Wuskin comes up clutch. Last one on the field is JCap. Scraps is going to clutch up here for now. We're going to see them respawn in, and it's all reset. I'm thinking maybe if you work towards these streaks, play for these streaks, Scraps, you might be able to make something work. He does get a 3rd kill there. He's starting to tally up a few kills for himself now, and that's going to be number 4. 1 kill away from a double streak.
Just keep finding themselves in situations where this has been very sloppy in a lot of ways from both teams. They find themselves in these dire situations every single time.
Scraps needs to play for these streaks. This is so important. There's 90 seconds left. He picks up these. Oh, he's going to be an assist.
Just needs... oh, man.
He might have been saved there or stolen. I'm not really sure which one's picked, but that is going to give it to him. Now, with 90 seconds left, 2 players go down. This could be used offensively as 3 go down. You're going to streak. The streaks come in. However, does he have the support? That is the question. Slacks is going to be off the respawn. That's not going to be able to pick up a kill with, of course, the respawn support. But, of course, he still has a glide bomb. A glide bomb, I mean a fighter pilot. Phil, come on, sort yourself out. We're in the 20th minute nearly.
Absolutely insane CTF all around. I can't blame your brain for failing. We're all falling apart here in the 800th round of this CTF. And Octane going to be able to get a 2-piece, but nobody's able to get a flag cap at all.
That was UNILAD's chance. They had the pressure. They were on the offense. And Scraps just got absolutely destroyed there. Wuskin's going to be on his own. He's going to find one at the back, and it's Octane once again. 35 seconds now. If we do not get a flag in the next 30 seconds, we go to a replay. Octane finds one. Shawnee. And Wuskin's now left alive. He finds the first. He finds the second.
Shawnee.
There's too many corners to watch almost here on the attack.
I mean, this is every single attempted pull. We just see one player turn up, able to get 2, able to get 3. Now Wuskin's trying to get a... That's going to be it. Doesn't even matter. 2 and 2 after... How many rounds was that? 5, 6, 7, 8?
27.
27 rounds. And now we're going to have...
28.
28.
It's been a long CTF. I'm not going to lie, after the first half of the overtime, I was like, and we're done, it's replay. And I was like, oh, no, we're not. We've got another one. But, no, we see the first 10 minutes, 2-2. You know, flags pulled back and forth, streaks coming in. Then we go to the overtime, and nothing. No team can break the deadlock. It shows the resilience of both squads. It shows the strengths of both teams. But also, Flag Tower, when you set up correctly, you can defend your flag.
The other thing that we have to really talk about, we haven't mentioned it in a little while, for anyone who might not know exactly what the stakes are for these two teams, LG, they really don't have much on the line here. They've performed phenomenally throughout the entire CWL Pro League. It's UNILAD that has everything to play for. Last time they played against LG was just yesterday. It was in an online scenario. They weren't able to come out on top. UNILAD throughout the entire CWL Pro League has somewhat... We've expected something from them. We've seen signs of greatness, but they haven't been able to fully translate that into wins. And ultimately, Phil, if UNILAD's able to get this series, what does the road really start to look like for them if they want to be getting into, you know, I mean, mostly just to avoid things like relegation, try to get into the playoffs?
It's not a straight road, that's for sure. It's going to have its ups and downs, and it's going to be a bit of a windy one, to say the least. These guys have got to roll with it, though. These guys have got to take everything in their stride. I think that's what they're doing. They're playing a lot of COD. They're putting in the time. They're putting in the practice here.
And right now, we're going to take a peek at some of the highlights that we actually did see in map number 3. You know, I think that we've already seen that this can go very back and forth. What prevents this from being another stalemate?
I think I'd like to say like an early flag, but we saw 4 flags in, you know, the actual initial 10 minutes.
Regulation play, if you will. I mean,
Yeah,
the thing is we saw UNILAD once again come up to a pretty hot start, and then ultimately it was LG. They're able to get a return, and relatively, it looked like LG actually was going to be able to close it out for quite some time in the CTF, and then UNILAD able to come back in really a pretty dire situation.
UNILAD stepped up the Slane side. For a large portion of that game, Octane was the only one positive, and we saw that kind of coming in from the Twins mainly, but kind of to separate these two teams, it's very hard to do so because all 8 players across the board, they were all doing their job. You know, Shawnee was picking up important defensive kills. John was doing the same, both offensively and defensively. There's a prime example of John picking up that all-important 2-piece just to secure his own flag. Shawnee, these are the highlights that were in my head, and I'm so glad whoever's backstage and doing these highlights caught all the beautiful moments of that flag tower CTF.
Yeah, one of the big things is you actually look at how UNILAD was able to get into that extra time. They had to do nearly the impossible.
Yeah.
There were quite a few scenarios, too, where they had to defend the impossible. LG, the same thing. They had to defend the impossible. If we see one of these teams come out and just have a much cleaner pull, could very easily spell a victory for them. This CTF going to be one of the most important maps inside of this series. If UNILAD gets this, all of a sudden you can really expect, hey, maybe they can take it. We saw how strong they looked in S&D in this series, but we know that Respawn going to be a struggle, but they're looking good against LG right now. Initial wave of kills, too, going to be going the way of UNILAD, and now we can hear them starting to get hype.
Yeah, Scraps making the shake there, screaming once again. And rightly so, those 2 kills were beautiful. The first one especially there, Moosey's picking up, and one thing I was going to say is, maybe for this game to go a little different, 1 player out of the 8 needs to just have kind of that monster game that, you know, you will have now and again. And we've seen Scraps obviously turn things up. John is the one that I'm going to be keeping my eyes out for on Luminosity because he's really the difference maker, that X factor that can change things around. A team kill coming in for JCap, interested.
It's definitely not what we want to see, but I definitely do agree with you. I think it was pretty clear that he could be a playmaker. He could be kind of the savior for his team last time around. Now it's going to be Scraps, kind of in enemy territory by himself, starts to move back towards help, but not going to be able to do it quick enough before Slacked and John going to be able to take him down, and now LG all in tow with each other, going to push up past that 50-yard mark, and that's going to leave Shawnee right behind him. Going to pop a few shots into JCap's back, gets traded out by Octane. Once again, looking like UNILAD going to be able to prevent that wave of kills. Now they might fish for a wave of kills of their very own, try to get a nice early flag pool going here. That was how they were able to even get themselves into that OT scenario last time. An early flag pool, and now Moose, right on the cusp of greatness, isn't going to be able to reach out his hands and grab that flag, and Octane's going to start shredding them 4 and 3. A nice 2-piece, and he's looking for more. Wuskin going to try to do something for UNILAD, but Slack's going to make sure that that can't happen. Not this close to the LG base.
Yeah, and that's what you're going to see a lot of the time, and it's a lot easier. You're going to be in that, you know, the more powerful position. The unknown is when you're on the offense, and you really don't know. Talking of unknown, LG, 4 down. This is where we're going to see an aggressive push. Shawnee, for me, needs to get in and around, get behind here, turn right, go, 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 go. He's going to find it, and Shawnee will find Cap. And he should be able to find Slacked as well.
Okay, Slack's going to be able to come up huge. Octane's going to be able to find the kill. Octane gets traded out. Now it's all Slack. Slack needs to be able to find 2. It's going to be Wuskins, but John and JCap respawn just in the nick of time. Why are we seeing this over and over again? It looks like it should just be an easy cap, and then it just dirtles out. It fizzles out, and ultimately we're going to see 2 players be able to respawn, and that's why we're going to see 8,000 rounds of CTF here today, live from the Columbus Arena in Ohio. Now LG going to be able to get a few kills, and just as I said that, the curse has been broken, the flag has been grabbed, respawns are coming in. This isn't going to be a freebie coming in. Oh, actually, there was a counter pull. My brain stopped working as well, Phil.
It's been a long CTF, do not get me wrong. However, we should be going to no flags, to a stalemate. It's quite ironic to say the least. Slack, big 1v1, wins it. Now, the person with a flag that's actually Shawnee's got to slow down, maybe tag from behind, big kill coming in for Wuskin. Can he find the double? Yes, he will. And now Shawnee, he's safe. The offensive will begin for UNILAD here. And again, to answer your question, you were kind of asking, why is this so difficult? When you get those first wave of kills, brilliant. You push into the enemy side. You get the second wave of kills, fantastic. You pull the flag, those players are going to spawn either the AA gun on the left-hand side of the minimap or towards kind of the rooms on the right. They're spawning close. It's not easy. Most games, you're going to need maybe the second wave of kill and you'll get a flag. Like Forest, you can run through ruins, you can run around the back. It's all right. It's GG. This one is kind of so close quarters, you can cut across the map in about 5 seconds. You need like that third wave of kills. And it's not easy. It really isn't. You've got to sympathize with some of the players who get that maybe 2.5 waves. But one player can make it a very difficult Slack to get away with his life there.
I think that's really important to say, though, because if we saw this play out on another map, it would almost be like a 50-50 game. Like, I think it would be much higher scoring.
If
because
we've dogs. Oh my goodness.
We've just seen these teams consistently be able to get those almost two full waves of kills. Yeah. And ultimately, look, we're in the situation right now of a stalemate. Before that, we were in a dead tie for quite some time.
And in a stalemate now, it's Slacked and Octane versus 4. Now it's worth versus 3 because Scraps has started to push up. Scraps, oh, you're cheeky. You're also dead, but, you know, nevertheless, it was a good try.
Cheeky but dead.
This is big.
Write that on my tombstone. The thing is right now, I really do think that it's almost LG that needs to be sweating a little bit. Because at the same time, you don't expect to be tied up going into the CTF against UNILAD when you get here today. And then you don't expect UNILAD to be able to get a hold like this. And that's why we can hear behind us right now, it's UNILAD who's getting hyped up. Every time we see LG, it looks like Sam just woke up from a nap. So I think UNILAD's just starting to heat up more and more. Now we're going to see that in the kill feed as well. Will they be able to break the stalemate as they push on in? 2 players up for LG. Now the third off the respawn. They get the first kill. Now 3 back up. Octane going to be able to find 1 kill, but they need to get some more work done if they're going to be able to defend this flag, and Octane's doing absolutely everything. Hello, he's up from his nap.
I mean, that's it. They got the first wave of kills. They walk in. They get towards the base, and all 4 players are waiting there for them. They're going to respawn right on their teammates, and you're never going to be 4v4. What your flag's at the other side of the map is a 3v4, and this is why these defensive teams are going to win 90% of these battles. And whew, we joke around saying round number 28, but technically that is our 5th round of 5 minutes on the clock. In fact, that was extra time. So we are into minute number 26 of the capture the flag. And honestly, it could be longer. It could be.
It's gonna be.
Why not set a record? There's got to be someone find out the record, the CTF record for the longest possible.
I just want to say though one more time, as everybody does their math here, this is impressive by UNILAD. They are really putting LG to the test right now. UNILAD has everything to play for. John, though, starts things off with an exclamation mark. That's going to be a 2-piece for him. We've already seen just how many kills you really do need to get on Flag Tower with the way that these 2 teams are playing if you want to be able to ensure a flag cap.
Okay, LG, first wave of kill, complete. Second wave of kill,
halfway there.
Can they get the second wave of kills? The problem is, one of their players is lost, so it's a 3v4. They're not going to get the second wave because Moosey's going to deny them of that. Shawnee's gone into the mix, and now we swap sides. UNILAD from defense to offense. They're going to have to find Slacked and sniff them out from underneath, but maybe one thing that does separate the 2 teams is oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's a little sad, but this is pretty much what we've seen every time. You know, big defensive plays.
This is huge.
Transfer into some offensive momentum, but this time, finally, UNILAD going to be able to come out strong, but just like that, all of a sudden, LG turns the table. JCap with a 2-piece, going to be able to get that return without a problem, and now they can turn it into offensive momentum. This is just the story, back and forth. That second wave of kills, not able to, or sometimes even that third wave, not able to translate on it, then the big defensive play. Then that turns into a push. Then that push gets squashed. Then that turns into a push for the opposite team, and that's how we're here in round 38.
We're getting there.
You were already balding before this series. I can't even imagine what's happening to you now.
I'll be David by the end.
Yeah, we're going to be here for another 30 years.
And I would be far surpassed what Maven is right now, as believe it or not, Maven, I believe, is probably 5 years older than me. Crazy to think, but the flag is out, Rich! Wuskins! He's running through. It's only John. Can John do it? No. It is down. We see a flag go in. It's going to be Wuskin. It's going to be UNILAD.
All right.
Okay.
Now LG needs to find one of their very own, but it looks like UNILAD's still heating up here. Going to try to find that second flag. Scraps, can he get that kill? All of a sudden, now it's going to be most likely 2 that they have to deal with to start off. The third should respawn in 4. Okay, there it is.
Oh, that's awkward. Scraps was on a 5-kill streak. Saw him. He knew he was at the bad position. He tried to back out of the window and thought, oh, wait a second. I missed that jump. I've got a challenge. Wins the kill. And now 1 kill away from a couple of streaks. This would really find himself in a good position. One player's going to go underground. Oh, bad timing. He's going to be spotted, but he's going to see it live. This kill could change the game, literally. You get this kill, you got a lifeline.
Playing very safe here. Yeah, you get a free mistake, and now they're going to have basically 2 mistakes to work with.
Don't do it, Scraps.
Yeah, they just need to make sure that they use them well. One of the things is, too, is they can use them very defensively. Ultimately, right now, trying to find Octane. Not going to find anyone, though, there. But that does allow Moose to know, hey, Octane is here. Jump on him. Take him down. Now we're going to see a grab come in from Shawnee. If they can get this cap here, would be absolutely momentous for them.
Big.
LG not able to break as of yet. They got to take down one more. If they take down John, all of a sudden, this is looking like UNILAD's game. But a massive kill comes in for John. Wuskin going to be able to...
Oh, my goodness.
Just in the nick of time. That's going to be his...
Oh, my! Comes over the top. What? Moose. In a 1v1, if he wins this kill, this could be so big. But Octane, once again, clutches up. That could have been home and dry. I don't know who threw the Kobe over the building there, but it connects. The flag is stopped, and with 1:16 now slacked, he's evading that flag.
Actually 2 nades that went over. That was how LG was able to do it. And Octane comes up with a hero play, but he's not able to get that second kill. If he is, all of a sudden, maybe we see this get tied back up.
Oh,
1-1. Slack, though, now is going to be the one that needs 1 more kill, and this 1 more kill could translate into a tie yet again. 54 seconds on the clock. It looks like streaks are going to be called in by Wuskins. That flag is all by itself. Will Shawnee be able to return? He is. Now only 44 seconds left. It's getting down to the wire for LG. UNILAD definitely starting to get more hype behind us right now. It looks like they will be able to go up in this series, but LG needs to survive this glide bomb. John takes out Moose. This is looking great for LG. LG's looking like they're going to be able to tie it. Last line of defense is going to be Moose. Moose at the halfway mark. Octane should be able to find him. He has support as well. And now that means Moose just wants to get this counter pull. He wants to try to get in a situation where they're at parity.
Oh my goodness. Scraps off screen there. Pulls in the fighter pilot. Takes out Slacks. In the middle, Wuskin picks up a kill. Shawnee's away with a flag as well. And believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to see this now go to a little bit of extra time because we're going to see this as one of the sides. The flags are both out. It is a stalemate. And don't get me wrong, Luminosity could tie this up once again.
They could. I mean, it's not an easy thing.
UNILAD could extend it.
Look at JCap, though, right now.
They know it. They know it. Wuskin knows it.
Oh, Octane going to be able to come in with a cheeky little pinch. That's going to be a return, and that's going to be a tie. UNILAD and LG in the final seconds able to tie it up. Sam comes up massive there 2 times for LG. And now we are still in a dead tie in this series. 1-1, UNILAD versus LG, and what we thought was going to be a 3-0 may be the record longest series that we have seen in the CWL Pro League presented by PlayStation 4.
I'm trying to work out how long, like how many sides have we done? We did the full map, we did full overtime, we started the replay. I don't even know if that was like normal time. One of our producers will let us know, I'm sure.
Your brain wasn't even working on the first round.
I think we're in like round 8. I honestly have no idea. I don't think Cap does either. Cap is... We'll figure it out one way or another, but right now, we're in what says the final round, as you can see in the top middle there for the CTF. I think that was basically the extra time of the first side of the replay of the second set of games. You followed along with what I just said? Congratulations, because I didn't.
Just stop trying, Phil. You're collapsing here on the main stage.
I know exactly what's going on.
That's 3 before he gets taken out. Octane shouldn't have a problem here. Now he's going to be able to return that flag, but the question is, will LG be able to march up and get offensive? JCap looked phenomenal. in the final portions of that game as well. And now he's off to an early start. Another big Kobe gonna come in for him. Now he's fishing for another kill. He doesn't find it. Not able to grab that flag either. A good defensive play comes in from UNILAD. But LG able to instantly get aggressive again. And this is what I love from LG this time around. They're just saying, hey, let's go with our claws out, our teeth out. Let's just try to grab that flag as many times as possible. And the pressure is definitely palpable on this map. UNILAD having their first offensive opportunity here in this round. Big kills, though, for LG. Able to keep UNILAD out of the way for now. Phil, this is actually looking good for LG, in my opinion. I think LG's just able to play much more aggressive, but UNILAD, just as we do say that, they're...
I was going to say, don't get your hopes up, Rich. It can look brilliant. It really can.
No, look at this. Look at this. All of a sudden, respawns are going to come in. They're going to, but they're not going to... Okay, Wuskin's going to be able to be an absolute...
All 4 players are going to spawn in the back.
So the thing is that kill comes in. That kill comes in from Wuskin. That allows UNILAD just to have everyone spawn out. Instead of spawning out from the side, they all spawn out from the back, and that means that they're able to just handily take down LG. And any hope of ending this capture the flag.
You were like, hang on. I was sat here.
I mean,
I was thinking,
if Wuskin dies, that's completely different.
Wuskin was pre-aiming with his STG. It's like, it's not, but Moosey's going to pull the flag, one player to save the day, and he does!
Of course!
Johnny gets the flag, John saves the day, of course! Johnny, the scrap, the flag is away, but look, he's cutting through the middle, it's JCap! Will he save the day? Yes, he will! The flag's still out, though. The dream is still alive. No, he's not, he's back. I am losing my mind.
It's like, it's so funny because if you took any of these flag returns, in the context of a normal CTF, it would be a top 5 play.
If this was London Docks, it would be like 37-22. I don't know how many flag pulls or captures or returns there has been. I don't even know what's going on anymore. John picks up a 2-piece. Right, Moose pulls the flag. Cap saves the day. John doesn't let the save the day. John, let's go. One more kill. No, Shawnee saves the day.
Not all heroes wear capes, but they all push us to round 38 of overtime.
That is going to become reality soon, Rich. It is scaring me.
Man, first cast together, going to be the longest cast you've ever done.
Someone take me away from Rich.
Okay, do we have an Astro Gaming listening or anything? Come on, help us out.
Slacked is 13-31. It's the first time I've even noticed it because I don't know why. I don't even know the reason. Okay, Slacked. This is it. I'm confident. He's down. And we're going to see UNILAD defend. The Scraps and Wuskins pick up the kill, and now the tables will turn. The seesaw goes back and forth for the 40 billionth time.
Running out of words. I've been like trying. I said palpable earlier.
Wait, stop. What did you just say, Rich? You are running out of words?
I'm
kidding.
You know what I mean? I have plenty of stuff to say still. I was trying to say it in unique ways.
Wuskins team kills and Luminosity pick up another 4 down, and now the seesaw.
1-1. 28 seconds are going to remain. LG with one last thrust, gonna try to grab this flag, but UNILAD, like absolute heroes, gonna take out Octane. No, Octane's gonna be able to get a kill here. Now we have plenty of members of LG left up. Hand's gonna be in their flag gonna be in their hands. But Hero Blaze coming in on the side of UNILAD. You can hear him getting rowdy. On the stage behind us, JCap gonna try to get this flag for his team, but the clock teeters out. The sands of time slip away from these two squads, but don't worry, we got plenty of more sand for you. We got plenty of more rounds. This one's never stopping.
I don't know where we're up to. I've lost track, Rich.
You lost track by the second.
Wait, okay, Rich, where are we up to? You tell me.
My job is
You have no idea!
My job is to say hello. It's your job to think. Oh my goodness, back in this round number 8.
Someone save me. Someone come and take this microphone away from Rich. In all seriousness, though, Rich, we're having some fun here.
I'm enjoying it.
We are. We've got another 5 minutes on the board. I think this could be round 8. Okay, now we haven't got a flagpole.
Good
Slacked. He's gonna make out.
You know what? You know what? We're gonna take a little break. Let's throw it over to the Astro Gaming and listen it with LG.
Out of play, let's go.
I don't see anything on me, bro.
I'm coming to get your chase. Come get your chase.
He's on the flag. Be mid.
Outside the mid. Rush me, top gun. He's one shot top gun.
Middle, our front gun. He's going top gun. Yeah, he's going top.
He's their top gun. One's the top gun still. One's back to base.
Give
Back
me
to
our
base.
top gun.
Top gun. Got one. I think one's my left.
Spawn right. Help cap left.
I want mid.
Alright, we gotta get left.
What heady? What heady dead?
Back to base.
Top the window. I'm so one shot staying up.
Yeah, outskirts. He's playing it slow.
Nice. One was the top window.
Yeah, Weskin's the top window. One's in mini in top window.
Top window, Weskin got me. One mini. Top window barely weak.
They're bottom mid, 2 bottom mid.
Weskin their top window.
Weskin top window, one was mini gun.
One was right side.
Yeah, he was mini. Could be tunnel.
Top window.
Gotta hit through tunnel.
No, he's our top gun.
Nice.
I'm going left. Their top window, Weskin. Their top window right now. They're slow playing.
He's on a 5. Top window.
He's gonna play streaks. Bottom mid.
Bottom mid. He's nading and holding.
I bottom mid. I
Two are bottom mid.
Two are bottom mid. Weskin their top mid. One more's gonna be our mid or gun. Cubicle gun. Go right together, man. They're streaking.
Another fighter.
Weskin's probably still in their top mid. Streaking.
Offside, there's two left. One's hitting it right now. Throw arrow, John. Or Cap. Nice. One's our bottom mid.
I'm staring bottom mid. I have her bottom mid.
Yeah,
Moose is our bottom mid.
Our bottom mid just stunned it. Could be gun behind me, Cap.
Where's his streaks?
Stunning our Oscar, Cap.
Our top window.
I didn't stun our
window
Oscar.
dead.
Nice one. I didn't stun our Oscar.
Shit ammo. Dead.
Nice, dude.
Weskin scraps. Weskin's probably still sitting at the... What Eddie? Dead.
Front
Nice.
mid.
Nice. Go right. I'm going mid.
Alright, hold a lane. Get some fucking kills, man. Holy shit.
Moose Shawnee.
I'm top gun.
He's top gun. They can
Back
On the flag, directly on the flag. Back right there, base. Bottom, one shot. Absolutely, he's in the corner.
Yeah, one came out gun.
Nice. In the corner. 2. One's there back green. One's gonna be back green.
Back left. It's Weskin weak. Back left. Got an AR.
Low green. One's there back left.
AR.
Try to challenge it. Go ground. Go pillar. Just fall there. One's going outskirts around.
Alright, listen. One's going gun. One's gonna probably go middle. Weskin can be on side.
I'm going middle.
You could be in their ammo, Sam. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Bottom mid. One shot. Absolute.
I'm going low right. One could be on top gun. He's our mini. Moose is sitting. Went back to front, I think. Nice. 3. Let's got scraps. He could be at our base, John. I'll back up.
I think he's bottom mid somewhere.
They're spawning outskirts.
I spawned back right our base.
I'm looking at outskirts.
Back there. Flag. One's back there. Flag. Weskin dead. Was that him?
Scraps.
He's middle.
Pull in. Oh, he's behind me. Bottom mid.
Both there.
Nice.
Nice.
We're there.
There.
Pull a gen if you can. Pull a gen.
Might spawn outskirts next to you guys. Could spawn outskirts next to you guys.
Should've.
Now Weskin right.
I spawned here.
That's the first one.
I'm watching his back.
I have bottom mid. I
don't see anything right away. Low green, one shot. Moose. He's going tunnel, I think. Nice. Shawnee.
Let's fucking go, baby.
Holy shit, bro. That's a map, right?
35 minutes.
That's it, Cap. That's it. Yes, it is.
Yeah, Samuel, I think it was a 35-minute CTF, and you could hear from him. I'm not going to be able to fully quote it, but he said, "Holy smokes, guys, get some smoking kills," or something like that, and that was exactly what they needed.
That was a good. As we have a few of the staff, round of applause in the studio to finalize the CTF there. I still don't know. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna sugar this one up. I don't even know if that was the third game, the final, the overtime, the extra time, the in-between time, the downtime, or whatever time. It's now, I don't know. I've lost my mind. But CTF Flight Tower is done and Luminosity take it. They're 2-1 in the series now.
I mean, hey, look, you know, I don't know. Honestly, the thing is LG, honestly, they're able to get the win. They sounded. We were in there long enough. Guys, let's take a look at the scuff play of the game. I wonder which hero play it was.
Slacked,
looks like it's going to be Slacked. Yeah, I mean, Slacked had about 50 of them in this CTF, and ultimately, he had a flag cap too, which didn't happen very often in that CTF. But the thing is LG, they sounded kind of defeated when we went into that Astro Gaming listen-in. Now at least they do have that win.
I don't blame them.
I don't either. But, you know, you got to give it up for UNILAD. They're cheering back there for 35 minutes. Not an easy thing to do. Keep your spirits that high. But now, look, they weren't able to get that respawn.
Yeah.
We talk about the respawn. If UNILAD was able to get that map, all of a sudden the series looks like it's theirs for the taking. And, you know, they had a full 37 minutes to attempt to do it. Now LG, we need to see if they can get that, if they can do what they've done already inside of Hardpoint, or if it's going to come down to UNILAD being able to just outperform an S&D.
push it to an S&D. They've got to take the hard point. The problem being now is, just imagine, you've sat down, you've set up, you're tied in the series 1-1. You play a 37-minute game, and you come up short by a flag. You're now going into a respawn against one of the best respawn teams in the world, who have just kind of clutched up. They're happy, they're smiling, they're having fun. For UNILAD now to regain and take this hard point against LG, I would honestly, I'd take my hat off to him if I had one.
Yeah, I think...
which I don't.
Yeah, you don't. You don't have a hat. All right, so I think that I was trying to figure out, and I was failing at it, just trying to figure out, you know, who this kind of favored as far as morale went, but I think you're right. Probably does favor LG after we get a little...
Probably, yeah.
I don't know how they're smiling or laughing after that. But we're going to be jumping right on in here.
Let's get this one kicking off again. Let's just get back in the action.
Yeah, this is a game mode that cannot be 37 minutes long.
No, it really can't.
Yeah, so that's something to look forward to.
It really cannot. UNILAD, they have to regain. They've got to put that past them. I tell you what, if they weren't warmed up before this series, they most certainly are now. They've had time to pick up a lot of kills. There'll be stats going around everywhere. JP, if you're watching, I want to know like who dropped the total amount of kills of the combined CTF of the returns of the flag captures denied and returns in CTF, whatever I'm talking about. St. Marie de Mont. Hardpoint coming up next.
Yeah.
The crazy thing is that flag tower says 2-1. 37-minute 2-1. Rich, I'm going to ask yourself, what do you reckon? Game 5 on the boards, or are you thinking LG close it out? It's a silly question. We're not chained on one team.
I think LG is going to be able to close it out. You know, no. Last time I predicted an LG series, I predicted that Mind Freak was going to be able to 3-0. That almost came true, but ultimately, LG, fun fact, has never lost a series that I've casted. LG
they don't let you cast many. So
yeah, they really don't.
Take that with a pinch of salt, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, they really don't. And also, it's LG and Rise, so it's like statistically, it's like two of the best teams in the league. So if you don't cast a lot, you don't get to cast many matches that they lose. But UNILAD trying to make this the exception to the rule. Octane going to be able to start this off in fashion. 2-0 as well. When we were in the first hard point, it was UNILAD who had a phenomenal hill to start things off. Now it's going to be LG, who looks good in restaurant. UNILAD on this very contest-heavy hill, going to be able to flood on through. Looking to get a couple seconds here off the clock onto the board. They're able to do just that, but LG off respawn, going to be able to break, going to be able to find some more. 20 seconds remain before we get our rotation. We are going to see potentially... no, they're going to go right on back. They're going to play it very scrappy here, it does look. Now, when we do see that it is going to be a respawn coming from Psych, they want to preserve this spawn just a little bit before they try to break.
Yeah, like what Shawnee's doing here is rotated round. He got a couple of kills in the hard point for UNILAD, and they're going to get a couple of seconds for that. And for their troubles, that's unfortunate for Shawnee. That's bad timing if you've ever seen it. Luminosity, they're going to keep the spawns here for the winery, and as we get into this, we're going to bring that energy back because this hard point could be the deciding factor for Luminosity here.
Well, what can UNILAD do if they aren't able to win this map, if they're not able to win this series? I mean, is there still life for them?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, they've got phased a little bit later on. Of course, they could come out 0-2 today. They've got potentially the two toughest games that they will have in this series, and they've got them on one day. Playoffs is on for them. They need to pick up a couple of wins. Maybe one win. It depends on how everything else breaks down. It's way too complicated to kind of go into. And I'm sure we'll do that on the analyst desk.
That's what's really exciting, though, about this final stretch before we actually get into that final week that'll be coming up relatively soon. But we are going to see UNILAD taking a lead here. They were not able to do that in the first hard point, and they're also going to be using these streaks here to try to have another strong hold. Going to see one kill, looking for second. That's JCap who's going to fall down. Now UNILAD going to attempt to get into the hill.
And I love this from Moose as well, because where he called that in from, he's been such a factor, and he's going to be able to charge straight through to this tank. Is going to fall, but UNILAD, they have full control. How long for, though? As three of them do fall, they still have that favorable spawn. Wuskins is going to get stunned, and he's going to pay the price for that. UNILAD still spawning at the back, but Luminosity, brute force, coming right down the throat of the European squad here.
We've already seen, too, that at LG and Respawn, they can be bullies. time and time again, UNILAD had everything to work with on parking lot. They had streaks, they had spawns, and LG still able to keep this so close. All they need to do is heat up a little bit and they can potentially run away with this map, but UNILAD has a little bit of wiggle room. If they can stay where they're at, if they can keep LG in that cage, this is going to be a game 5. Slack, though, with a 2-piece, gonna try to put that to rest. It is going to be Shawnee, though, who can return. Now trying to get into lookout post, get some of these seconds. But LG, once again, they're just bullies. They're bullies, and JCap's looking to have streaks to bully even further with. But Wusking going to be able to get that 2-piece just in the nick of time. It's going to be able to stop that debate. And it's going to be able to get a few seconds on the board. LG pulls ahead just by a few seconds. 34 seconds left on lookout post, and UNILAD going to be able to tie this one up.
70-69 is going to be a close game. This would be crazy if we saw this go to a game 5, Rich. UNILAD, I will say, they've come out here off the starting blocks very strong. Moose, a player who, you know, is under the radar a little bit. I kind of say he's, you know, almost like the Lunia Rise. You know, he's someone who you don't talk a little bit about and people forget about him. But right now he's 18-9, putting in a real strong performance for UNILAD. We're going to be heading back to that restaurant where Luminosity dominated the first time round.
I'll be completely honest. I actually think Moose is just, even stats-wise today, has just had a pretty crazy performance. So hats off to Moose for sure. We already established that we don't have hats, but we're taking them off left and right. LG going to have a really strong restaurant first time around, looking to do that the second time. Almost completely different than what we saw in the earlier hardpoint in the series. It was UNILAD who had very strong holds on those early hills. But LG going to be able to get back in the lead here, 96-81. Restaurant looking very impressive. Slacked in the top, going to be able to streak out. Those could be massive on the later hills as well. I expect LG to be very patient with those streaks. I don't think they're just going to pull them right off the rip. I don't even think they're going to pull them onto the next hill. We already saw how well they were able to try to set up spawns on this next hill first time around, and it was a second hill was solid for them as well. UNILAD going to be a little bit scared to keep pushing in restaurant with these last 5 seconds. They don't care about the scrap time they try to set up, but LG able to break, and you can see it's John and Octane right now trying to preserve spawns. You can see UNILAD starting to spawn out, and now LG, main task just going to be keeping someone in the hill because they've already gotten one of the biggest leads I think that they've actually had so far throughout this entire map. UNILAD, though, going to put them in somewhat of a tough spot, tries to get the contest going, but 30 seconds still do remain on Winery Lot. Luminosity wants all of them.
143-81. I tell you what, Luminosity have really stepped this game up, and the Slane side of things, it's not crazy. Octane at a +5 and Slack at a +3. Cappy's at a -6. You know, it's nothing kind of one-sided in the Slane side, but they've really started to take control of the map. They've started to take control of those rotations. And even now, a prime example. Scraps is fighting for 7 seconds here. He's actually going to spawn out. And we're going to see Luminosity start to really push through here, go through that back spawn. It's going to be a 3v1 up against Shawnee. Shawnee, hopefully for his squad, will be able to pick up one at least. But the fighter pilot now coming in. All 4 players are going to be spotted.
With a quick way back, but he's still able to get somewhat of a pinch going. Those are some nice kills for UNILAD. All of a sudden, they're going to have the whole kill feed, but look where LG spawns. They're going to be able to get right back into the action. They're moving over now. John and JCap get those kills, making it that much more favorable, and UNILAD going to have the long walk back. Still not the worst spawns that they could get, but this is looking really good for LG, and they still have those streaks, I believe, too. And Octane's getting relatively close of streaks of his very own, just 1 away at this point. But Moose going to be able to stop that with a frag. John trying to pick up a kill here. Not able to do it, but LG getting that lead up on the board. 70 seconds right now. 5 seconds left in parking lot. An early OE comes in for UNILAD. Will they be able to hold this over at lookout post? So Slack did already call in those streaks.
Yeah, Slack's calls in the streaks. We've got a 77-point lead here. I feel for UNILAD right now because they're in a really tough position. LG aren't missing, really. They're going toe-to-toe. Cap having a bit of a slow game. But the all-important gunfights for me, John, for this whole series alone, has been lights out. A quick stat line. I know the CTF is done and dusted, but he hit, I think, 154 interactions in the CTF alone. As we go out to close this hard point out, Luminosity 179 as we go back to the restaurant in a couple of seconds here. I do fear for UNILAD. They need to someone to step it up. They need to obtain these spawns going into Winery if they have a chance at this map and this series, Rich.
Last hard point story was UNILAD starts out very hot. They close very impressively, but in the middle, they're not able to get much going. If they're able to strike fire a little bit earlier in this series towards the end point, maybe they can do something, but LG, about 90-second lead on them right now. UNILAD going to get some seconds in restaurant, but we've already seen this is LG's hill. Shawnee, though, going to change it on this rotation. Already, I believe, UNILAD grabbing these couple of seconds here. Probably got more seconds on this hill, on this reset to the rotations than they have throughout the other two.
Someone needs to be on the hill. They're picking up the kills here. Shawnee's actually going to be the one to go down. He shouldn't know exactly where they're coming from, and he does. He has the support for a second, but the teammates go down. He's going to trade out with one player. Going down the stairs is Scraps and Wuskins. Slacked. Just been a nuisance. Big. That is huge. That is huge, and I'll tell you why. They've got the spawns here now for this next rotation onto Winery. So take a breath. It's because he's 1 kill away now from this artillery barrage. This can change the game. Yes, Luminosity have broke 200, but Shawnee has streaks in his back pocket. They have the rotation. Where are they going to spawn? They need to spawn up.
Question, Wuskin.
They got it.
Going to be able to hold it there.
Here we go. Ideally, they want to save a fighter pilot for the parking lot. If they can, that'd be awesome.
I mean, the later that they can hold on to that, the better it is going to be for them. If they're able to just hold that streak a little bit longer, they will be able to make it, just convert it into a serious amount of seconds. Still, though, very far behind. They've stopped the bleeding, but how much will they be able to bandage themselves? How much will they be able to catch up? UNILAD was looking great, but all of a sudden, Winery lot is broken by LG. Spawn still in favor of UNILAD, though.
Okay.
They're going to be able to get back into that hill. They can't afford many seconds, though, here, Phil.
No, they can't afford many seconds, but LG can't afford to feed them streaks. So LG's got to back off here, give them 10. It's going to be 175, I think, to 214. The fighter pilot now coming in. I'm not sure if LG knows this is going to be coming in, but they need to be in a position to bring this fighter pilot in. They need to take out Cap and ideally Octane as well. There's Cap. There's John. And he's going to find Slacked as well. The problem is, look at that hit respawn. They hit it so quickly, they're going to jump back into it.
It's like those streaks didn't happen, to be completely honest. A really tough break here for UNILAD. But now they're going to be able, they need to do just that. They have to have a huge break.
Talk about a huge break, Rich. Here it is. 3 go down. That's just what they needed.
The absolute collapse from LG. Last one left standing is going to be Slacked, and all of a sudden, this hill is all yellow. UNILAD looking very impressive. LG still in a situation where they could win on parking lot, and that's going to slip out of their fingers. Moose going to be the last one standing here. LG going to be able to get close, but they're not going to be able to finish this one off. UNILAD needs to be absolutely perfect from here on out if they want to be able to stay alive. Otherwise, LG will close it out on the next hill, and they'll be able to run away with this series.
If I'm being perfectly honest, Scraps and the boys, they needed to keep more from parking lot. They really did. The problem right now is they're 60 points down. 1 break from LG now, and it's all over, and I feel like that's just a matter of time. They may not need streaks here, and it's just LG, and there we go. You could see it coming. The collapse here coming in for UNILAD. The pinch coming in for LG. They need 6 points. Octane's going to grab a couple of seconds right now, and Wisely doesn't challenge, and just like that, 3 fall down, make it 4. Luminosity. They take the series 3-1. They repeat the scoreline of the CWL Pro League Challenge only 24 hours ago. And Rich, we have our victors. Luminosity Gaming takes series number 1 of day 1, week 3 here at the CWL Pro League Division B. That's one hell of a series.
Certainly is. Well played by UNILAD, too. You got to point it out. Well played by UNILAD. We saw a very